What do you say to like all the naysayers on Reddit that say you're full of shit, all of this is
Yeah,
full of shit?
I've been seeing that for 10 years. Yeah. Well, the first thing they usually say is that the liver is supposed to detox the body. The liver does that. You don't need any detox supplements. It's all a scam. I would say a lot of supplements are a scam. It's true. There's a lot of bullshit out there, but there's a lot of companies that have sole devotions on healing humanity, and these herbs and these adaptogens and these nutrients, they're life-changing, right? And we're missing them in our soils. We're missing them in our food supply. We're missing minerals. We are devoid of minerals, so we need to get them elsewhere. On the liver note, I would just say the liver, yes, it's true. We have introduced 80,000 new chemicals in the last century, and our biology hasn't been able to catch up to that. Human biology cannot catch up, evolution cannot catch up to that degree of an industrial revolution, of a chemical revolution. Everything most people put on their skin is chemicals. So yes, it's true the liver should do its job, but we are being inundated and it just doesn't have the capacity. And then I also just say to see for yourself, know for yourself, because ultimately I wish all these people just did a cleanse because they would just feel different.
What's something simple that won't break the bank that'll give someone like a quick instant light into, okay, it's working, to then want to go down the rabbit hole?
Two things I would say. One, depends on the definition of breaking the bank, but it's $200 enzyme cleanse from a Zen Cleanse. And it's a 1-day megadose enzyme cleanse where you release a ton of old fecal matter and plaque. Very, very powerful.
Staying home for this day?
You're staying home for that day. You're not eating, you're fasting. And it's the single most effective tool at like getting someone to convert into my world.
So $200, 1 day of stuck on your throne, and
yes.
Can you drink water?
Water and teas and the enzymes. The other thing is called a castor oil cleanse, which you do once or twice a month, which you drink like 2 tablespoons of castor oil. They do it in India. And yeah,
that stuff tastes
horrible. Mix it with lemon water and drink it first thing in the morning, and you'll go to the bathroom for about 6 hours.
6 hours?
6 hours, yeah. Like 10 times over the course of those 6 hours.
So you're not leaving the house again?
Correct.
And that'll cost you 50 cents?
Yeah, $1. Yeah, $1. That's a powerful one. You will feel different. You will feel different with an empty colon.
Is there anything bad that can happen from taking this?
If you are a child or a small petite individual, 2 tablespoons can be really harsh. So you would start slower. It has a compound in it called ricin, which is toxic, but all parasite cleanses are toxic. That's why they kill the parasite. And depending on your ailments, like if someone is very, very frail, very, very weak, and their gut is, if they have IBS, going to the bathroom for 6 hours can stimulate them in the wrong way. So there's always risks, and you got to do your own research for sure. But those would be the two
simplest
intro
ones.
Simple tools.
Castor oil if you're on the budget, the enzyme one if you got $200 to burn.
Yes, and I would say the caveat is if you have IBS, IBD, Crohn's disease, these things are not the first thing you should do. You don't want to stimulate your bowel movements to that degree when you have that type of ailment.
You're going to increase the shit out of that inflammation.
Exactly. You need soothing ingredients. So I would say, yes, this is true, but not for those types of people. They need a different journey.
So when you wake up and you're in the morning, what's your routine of drink water, drink castor oil? Like, what do you do every day that's a simple, without your crazy plan behind it? Normal people stuff.
Normal people stuff, I would say waking up 32 ounces of salt lemon water, quick meditation.
That's a lot of water. You're going to pee all day.
With the salt, it's not so bad.
Not so bad?
Yeah, not so bad. You can put quinton in there and other minerals, silica. It's not so bad. And then you have a bowel movement, and then, my diet is very important to me. I don't know, gluten. Meat? Yeah, tons of meat. Tons of meat, fruit, eggs, A2 dairy, and a ton of olive oil, ghee, butter.
Cook with all of that stuff?
Yeah, and I eat it. Like I just drink olive oil all day.
Sounds better than castor oil.
Yeah, much better. It won't give you any issue. Yeah.
You're not going to go to the bathroom?
Not from olive oil, no.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's the benefits of drinking olive oil with?
Oh, super. I mean, antioxidants and the polyphenols and those fats are really, really nourishing. Brian Johnson has all different kinds of research on olive oil, how he gets like 30% of his calories from it.
How much are you talking about drinking?
I take like probably a tablespoon 2 or 3 times a day.
Okay. I thought you were talking like a couple ounces.
No.
I'm sure this is overwhelming for most where we're already at.
Yeah.
As we start to wrap, is there anything that like you would really push someone listening to this to say, hey, if you're feeling X, like you should start doing hair tests, something?
Yeah, if you're not feeling well, and if you've tried the self-help, if you've tried meditating, and maybe you've tried psychedelics, you can't find a way to get out of your personal hell, I would just say to start learning about toxins, chemicals, and start learning about detoxification and remineralization. Because it's not only about removing this bad stuff, it's about bringing in good stuff. And one colon cleanse can change your perspective on all of this. This might all sound crazy, like bullshit or
Colon
woo.
cleanse, like drinking the stuff or going to a place and having them?
No, like the Zen cleanse or the castor oil or even some enema protocols. That's probably too advanced for most people. Yeah, way too advanced. So I would just say everything you do to this body has an impact, and you are probably more sensitive than you might understand. And it's very important to treat this body like a temple. And I was suffering in unimaginable ways for 4 years, unimaginable mental torture on a moment-to-moment basis. I now have a wife, a child, a thriving business, just bought a house last week. My health is in amazing shape. I travel the world every single year. I feel grounded, clear, alive, alert, and I did it through these processes that I'm talking about. So you don't have to go to the jungles, you don't have to do iboga, and you also don't need to just be a victim, or your diagnoses does not have to define your life. This is a biological system, and we are out of balance as a human creature in general, and you have to learn how to come back into balance. And a lot of times these ailments just disappear.
Two more questions. Yeah. How do you feel about drinking baking soda?
Like a teaspoon of it, or half a teaspoon?
In water.
Yeah, I like it in short phases when someone is acidic. The problem is that you can degrade the stomach acids. So what you want to do is actually take liposomal baking soda. So there's baking soda that's encapsulated with fat.
Okay.
It's liposomal. My friend makes it. His name is Spencer from Remedy Link. And it's called bicardium, I think the name of the product is. And it bypasses the stomach acids, and then it goes into the small intestine where it should be alkaline.
And then can you take that daily?
You can take that daily.
Indefinitely?
Yes, but I always have a little bit of a problem with taking things that change the pH every single day for long periods of time, because there's got to be other things that are causing that. So you won't get to the root.
And I guess people got to do the pee strips or whatever to really figure
Exactly. He has the whole process there on his website. You can do all these things for very, very cheap. Look at all my information for free. You don't need to buy any of the courses or any of the coaching that we offer, and see for yourself. I tell everyone to see for themselves.
Once they become a believer then?
Once they become a believer, they'll understand what I'm doing and say, okay, I'll give this guy some money.